Welcome to the Increda-dental podcast. I'm your host, Alicia Flynn. Our goal is to make a positive impact in the dental field. I have been a dental assistant, a biller, an office manager, a scheduler, a hygienist, and a dental coach, which makes me your biggest fan. My husband was in the military and we traveled all over the United States. I had opportunities to work in many different practices, and I saw incredible practices and practices that had a lot of potential within them. Thank you for joining us. Let's dive into the podcast. Welcome to the Increda-dental podcast. I'm your host, Alicia Flynn. Today, we're going to discuss the essential topic to help managers and practice owners with their business. And we're tackling a topic that every practice and owner and manager faces at some point: when to give a raise. Now, this can be a challenging decision, balancing the financial health of your practice with the need to reward and retain your team members. Now, one of the best ways to approach this is by implementing a tiered system. This system sets clear expectations for your employees so they know exactly what they need to achieve before they even consider asking for a raise. It's transparent, it's fair, and it takes the guesswork out of the process for everyone involved, and it removes a lot of the burden with the practice owner and the dentist of feeling like, well, this employee has been here for over a year, I should give them a raise. Or they've been here 6 years, I should give them a raise. You do want to keep up with the cost of living, but at the same time, your employees need to grow. They need to learn new talents so that way they're more of a benefit, not only to the patient, but to the practice and to you as the owner. Because when they grow, and you reward them by giving them a raise, you take away that entitlement. And that entitlement can be so dangerous and toxic for your practice. Now, if you're currently doing reviews, go ahead and do your review, but then set up with the employee, say, this is things I need you to improve upon. Remove the guesswork. It's not fair really to your employee to not know what you want for them or how you need them to improve. You need to guide them. And just let them know, this is what I see you being able to do. I think you can accomplish it. I know you can. And it will really help our practice. Empower that employee to succeed. So let me give a couple examples. One of the examples may be that you have a newer assistant, and when she takes a full mouth series of x-rays and FMX, it takes her 10 to 15 minutes. So you let her know, you know what? It takes you 10 to 15 minutes to take that FMX. I want to see if you can get it below 9 minutes to do an FMX. Be very clear about that. Let them be able to know, this is what I need you to do. Maybe it's an upfront person and they are in charge of scheduling you as a dentist. Let them know, I need block scheduling. I prefer to see the bigger cases, whether it's in the morning or the afternoon, and just let them know, I need to have the harder cases during this time. I'm better aware and more awake and more alert, and I provide the best care during that time. And I want to do that because these processes that are in the block area need my full attention. And so empower them, let them know exactly what you want. Now, the tiers vary. You can have anywhere from 1 to 10 tiers. You can do a quick Google search and find a lot of these. I can email you some as well, but there are a lot of things you can add to this, and it will really benefit your practice. Now, timing for giving a raise is really crucial. I know a lot of dentists give raises towards the end of the year, but there's problems that happen with that. Property taxes are due. The taxes on the building are due, and it can make the dentist or the practice owner feel like they are drowning. And I don't want dentists to give raise when they feel like they're drowning. It's not going to go over very well. So what I encourage you to do is, if you're going to give a raise, give it when you increase your fees to the patients. So that way there's usually a 3% increase every year in every different type of procedure that you do in the practice. Give a raise then to your employees, because otherwise employees just feel like, well, the dentist is just taking more and more money from the patients and he doesn't care about me or she doesn't care about me. We want to remove that. I encourage you to give raises when you do an increase in your procedure bill, the procedures that you do, the bill that goes to the patient. Well, sometimes this is done at the end of the year, but I want to make sure that you come from a place of empowerment, not from a place of lack or suffering. Share the vision of how you can help or how you can see your employees benefiting the practice better, helping them know that they are in charge of where they go and how the practice can succeed better. Give them clarity, reduce the awkwardness of the raise discussion as everyone is on the same page. They want to know when and why they can receive a raise, and it allows the practice to budget more effectively. Now, following this approach helps us avoid pitfalls of giving raises at times that are inappropriate. There's one practice, and they did major ordering at the end of the year. So they had taxes due, and then they ordered a large volume of gloves, masks, supplies in general. So not only did they have taxes to worry about, but this huge volume that came into the practice at the end of the year. It was a hard time for the dentist to give a raise to the employees. Choose a time that's best for you, but don't push it off where you're not meeting with your staff regularly. You need to meet with them regularly. And when you do a review, it doesn't always mean they get a raise. I encourage you to meet with each staff member individually, maybe once a month or every other month, and just check in with them. How are you doing? What can I do to help you? Maybe there's other problems going on. And as you build this trust, as you build this relationship, you're going to be able to guide them to the better tier of what they can do. And then as they meet that, you're able to give them that raise because your communication has been clear and you have let them know what they needed to do. And then you've checked in on them a month later, 2 months later on how they're doing. Because when you guide them gently, they want to help you. All your employees really want to see the practice succeed. And sometimes they just need more guidance in that. Give them the guidance and then give them the raise when it's appropriate, when they have met that next tier, and when it's a good time for the practice. And sometimes you might think in the back of your mind, it's never a good time to practice. But that's why I want you to do that whenever you increase your procedures, your fee for the procedures. That's the perfect time to give raises to your employees. Thanks so much for joining me. Have an amazing day.